All right, welcome back, fellow team players. In this short episode, we are taking a look at a Superflex mock that Joe and I did just to demonstrate a couple of different strategies that you could take. And in this episode, Joe's going to talk a little bit about his decision to go Christian McCaffrey and Stefon Diggs at the place that he was in this mock instead of potentially going to top five wide
And that's
receivers.
right. So I was the fifth pick overall right here. This is my team. And when I look at this, already having Burrow, Allen, and Hurts off the board, I didn't want to pass up on the opportunity of having McCaffrey. To me, McCaffrey is someone, regardless of the structure, should never be passed on. I argue he should be number one overall. But where the conversation got to in yesterday's episode with Bob was I had the possibility of stacking McCaffrey and Ekeler. That's my choice right here when I took Diggs. I was going to take Bijan because Bijan's my number two running back. Now, I ultimately pass on Ekeler because I think Ekeler is one of the people in this draft that is very overrated. Ekeler, I believe, is not going to be able to perform anywhere near where he did because the touchdown value will not be there, particularly because of Allen being healthy for the year. And even if he's not, with the first round draft pick at a wide receiver, really diminishes the opportunity for Ekeler to rise. Now, as I look at that decision of taking Diggs there, part of the reason was a hope that I would get Taylor coming back on the backside. That didn't come to pass, so I ended up taking Olave. Now, I took Olave here, which might seem like a reach. I took Olave before Waddle, Higgins, and Devonta Smith. And the entire reason for that is I knew that without a doubt, I was going to reach on my quarterback around earlier than I needed to, which I did, and draft Derek Carr. So knowing that I was going to get Carr, I wanted to stack Olave with him, knowing that they are going to be the beasts of the NFC South. That combination is going to win them the division, and I wanted to be all about it. Now, when I look at this draft overall, I believe that it's important if you have an idea that says you're not going with a quarterback in a super flex league early, you need to know who you want your quarterback to be of the late ones. For me, it was no doubt Derek Carr. He is my ride or die quarterback of the entire year, and people think that I'm crazy for saying that, but the simple fact is everything in New Orleans is built for him. Crack defenses up and down his schedule that he's playing. Great offensive line, especially compared to what he had with the Raiders. And 2.5 great vertical receivers. Derek Carr is going to go off the chain, and knowing that he was my lead dog and knowing that I am more comfortable with him than the vast array of quarterbacks that go after Watson. I am more comfortable with Carr than Tua, Richardson, Geno, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, and Rodgers. Those were 7 quarterbacks that went between the last one I would consider in Prescott until Carr. But when I look at my team overall, I would way rather have Olave than Prescott. So that's how I got to the decisions I made. I wanted to take Bijan Robinson at the 2 spot. Wasn't an option because he was young before me. Then I go for who I believe has a chance of having an amazing year because he's one of the best receivers of football in Diggs. No complaint there. I get Olave because I know I'm going to pair him up, even though on the football field, Waddle, Devontae Smith, and Higgins might be more talented. When it comes down to giving me a number one receiver who's the lead dog on his team, I will always take him over a number 2.